Hey everyone, I am super excited to be here with you today. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about how to get all the clients and customers you want from social media and online marketing. And I have to tell you, if you're not using social media and online marketing to grow your business, you are missing out. It is no longer a fad. It is a necessity if you're going to build your business. And too many people are not using it effectively, so they're missing opportunity. And often people aren't really using it at all in the way that they could be. So today I'm going to dive into what I like to call the 5-step system that can help you do everything from building a standout brand to getting all the clients and customers you want. So I'm going to break down the basics for you. So I hope you have a pen and paper and you're taking notes because I am going to drop a lot of value on you today. Again, if you don't know who I am, my name is Ann Carden. I'm a business growth consultant, marketing and sales strategist, and I have worked with business owners for, almost 10 years, helping them grow and scale their business. And I've been building my business online and helping clients build their business online for many, many years now. And I will tell you that it is one of the fastest paths to really building a lucrative and impactful business. So let's get started. So today I want to show you how to separate yourself from your competition, how to basically make your competition irrelevant, how to get more eyes and visibility on you and on your business so that you can grow more rapidly. And the great thing about social media is it can speed up the know, like, and trust. We know that people want to do business with people they know, like, and trust, right? And social media can help you speed that whole thing up. Even if you're meeting people offline, like at a networking event, you can actually build that relationship faster when you come back and you connect with them on social media and you start building that relationship and engaging with them on social media. Also, a lot of people that are marketing offline are in different groups on social media to pass referrals, and it's another way for you to stay top of mind and keep your brand and your business in front of everyone else. So let's dive in. The first thing I want to talk about is laying the foundation. And when I walk through the 5-step process today, we're going to talk about the foundation first, all right? Because if you don't get this piece right, very little will work. And it's often why people burn up a lot of money in their marketing. It's why they don't get the results. It's why they're out there they feeling like, oh, social media doesn't work or online marketing doesn't work. It's because they haven't dialed in the fundamentals, the basics that make marketing work. All right, so we're going to start there because, again, if you don't get this piece right, you're going to struggle to really make your marketing work almost anywhere. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to use a strategic approach. All right, so we need a strategy. And a lot of people don't start this way. They start with tactics. And what that means is they're out there putting up a Facebook page, running Facebook ads, putting up a LinkedIn profile. Maybe they're on Instagram, maybe they're on TikTok, but there's no strategy behind what they're doing. And they don't look any different. They're a lot of noise. They're just making a lot of noise, but it's not going anywhere. It's like throwing a lot of stuff at the wall to see what sticks. And that is not how you effectively market. So when you start with a strategy, it is a series of tactics put together to get people to an end result. So, what is the end result that you're trying to accomplish in your marketing? Do you want to build your brand? Do you want to get people from your local market to learn about you, to stay top of mind? Do you want to build your email list? Do you want to build a Facebook group? Do you want to build a community? What is it you're trying to accomplish with your online marketing? And you want to start with the end in mind. And I want you to know that everything that you do in your business for marketing will require a different strategy. So, for example, if I want to build a Facebook group, that's going to require a particular strategy with a series of tactical steps to get people into the Facebook group. And then what's the goal when they're in my Facebook group? Well, it's to eventually sell to them, right? And so there are going to be different tactics with a strategy that have to be used. If you're trying to build your email list, what is the tactics that are going to be required to get people to your email list, right? You're going to have probably a landing page where they opt in. It's going to have to be connected to your email. You're going to need some sort of a lead magnet. Do you see how those are all tactics? None of those things are a strategy. So you've got to start with the end in mind. And a strategy, once you figure out, okay, I know what I want to accomplish. Now, what are the other things that you have to make sure are included in your strategy before you ever decide the tactics that you're going to use? And so here is what you need to know. A strategy is first your market. Who is going to be your market? Now, I want you to know that everyone is not your customer, everyone is not your client. And online, it's even more important that you get very, very specific about who these people are, because you can target them. You can actually get right in front of them. Now, when you're out trying to build your business, maybe you're networking, you're just going to be meeting everyone, right? And you can have a conversation with someone and you can decide where that conversation is going to go. And then you can say, hey, I can help you with that, or let's work together. But when you're online, it's a whole different world. In fact, if you're going to bring people into your world online, then they have to see that you're for them. And this is where a lot of people go wrong. So you have first got to decide who is it you want to bring into your world and connect with, so that they can see who you are and they can care about you, they can care about your brand, you can stay top of mind, and you can build that know, like, and trust to get them to the end result. Is this making sense? So you start with the market. It starts with the who. Who are you trying to attract to your business? All right. The second piece is the message. Now remember, this is all part of a strategy. These are the fundamentals. You've got to have these things in place before I go into anything else about online marketing. So the message is what you are saying. Why should I care about you? Why should I pay attention to you? You know, there's so many people out there. Why should I listen to you? You know, there's a lot of noise out there. In fact, I think the last number I heard was we are bombarded with about 40,000 messages a day. I mean, that's crazy. Think about that. Now, I don't even know how somebody figures that stuff out, right? But about 40,000 messages a day. So how can you get above the noise? Well, you've got to say things that are going to resonate with your perfect clients and your perfect customers. What are the things that they care about, and how does your business solve that problem for them, or help them, or fix that for them? How are you different from everyone else? All right. So you've got to know what to say so that they go, oh, that's me. They're talking to me. Right? So the message is a really critical piece in your marketing strategy. And often people get this wrong, and that's why they don't get customers and clients on social media, because it's not resonating with them. I help people fix this in their business, and sometimes even just a few little tweaks to their message can blow the doors off their business. All right. The next thing is the media. If you don't know who your clients are, you can't know where they are, because there are so many platforms out there. There are so many ways you can be on social media, right? You can be on TikTok, you can be on Instagram, you can be on Facebook, you can be on LinkedIn, you can be on YouTube. I know there's a ton more. Clubhouse. And so how do you know where your clients are? You have to know who they are so you can know where to be. That's where you want to be. You want to be where your clients are, right? Or your customers. So the media can't be decided until you really know who you're targeting. This is why this comes last. Most people put the media first, and they burn up a lot of time, energy, and money, and they don't get the results. So for example, if I say, oh, I'm going to be on Facebook, that's great. And then I'm working with clients who are not on Facebook, and I know people will tell you everybody's on Facebook. No, they're not. No, they're not. Okay. For example, if you're working with C-level executives, they're going to be on LinkedIn. If you're working with big corporations and big companies, a lot of HR people, professionals, they're they're going to be on LinkedIn. They might have a Facebook account. They're probably not on it. They're probably not hanging out on it. And so you've got to understand these things, and you've got to know these things about your ideal clients and customers if you're going to reach them. All right? So don't decide the media until you determine who you are working with, and then that's the platform that you need to be on. Now, I do believe that most people should be on LinkedIn, especially if they're in the professional space, and most people should be on Facebook, or at least have a Facebook presence, because those are really the two big ones, right? But where you spend your time, where you spend your energy, that's where you really need to have dialed in who and where they are, okay? So if you don't have a strategy to start out the foundational stuff in place for your business, good luck. Good luck with your marketing. All right. Now, once you figure all these pieces out, and a lot of people really struggle with this stuff. It's one of the things that I help people do, is really figure these things out for their business. Once you figure these things out and you have a real clarity around all of these things, now you want to get positioned in the market as the go-to person that can help that target audience. All right. And so step number 2 is positioning. Now, what is positioning? What the heck does that mean? Well, it's the outside perception people have of you and your business and your brand. It's what they think about you when they first see you. So, for example, do you look like somebody like, wow, they look like they're amazing at what they do, they're high quality, or do you look like budget? Okay, and your brand, and I'm not talking about branding necessarily, that's a piece of it, but your brand will show people what you're all about. It's like your identity. It's, are you a person of integrity? Do you have credibility? Let me tell you the different things your positioning should include, okay? It should include your branding, all right? That's like, that's your logo, your colors, the pretty stuff, right? The cosmetic kind of stuff. That's important, because if you're trying to sell very, very high ticket, like I teach my clients to do, their branding is really important. They have to level up their branding. They have to look like they're worth the money that they're asking, right? So their branding is a piece of this. The next thing that your positioning should include, it should include how you help your ideal clients, your ideal customers, and what you help them with. So it should include the how and the who, so that they can see that you're for them. Now remember, I said online marketing is completely different from offline marketing. Offline, I can have a conversation, and if you tell me, Ann, I'm having trouble with cash flow, I go, great, I can help you with that. Let's fix it, right? But online, I have to position myself a particular way. And so I actually position myself online for professionals, coaches, consultants, professional service providers, because I can't be a jack of all trades online. But I can go out and I can speak at a business event, or I can go speak to an association, to a bunch of contractors, and I can help them with their business, and I can help them with anything in their business, like that whole business growth. But online, I have to be a lot more specific, and I have to target a very different audience. And I target them because they're online. That's where I can find them, okay? So your positioning has to show how and who. Now also, your positioning has to show how you're different. What makes you different from everyone else? And we call this a market dominating position, or an MDP, okay? Some people call it a positioning statement. So some people call it a value proposition. It's what makes you different and why people should buy from you over everyone else. And it should be based on your client's hot buttons or your customer's hot buttons, all right? So if you don't have a market dominating position, you are going to look like everyone else. You want to be able to stand out in a category of one. And a market dominating position puts you in a category of one, and it makes your competition irrelevant. This is really important to understand. A value proposition statement, I call it a positioning statement. can be something that's super, super compelling. So let's say you're a coach and you help people build a Facebook group, and you tell people, oh, I help you build a Facebook group. Now, some people would look at that and go, yeah, there's a lot of people out there that help you build a Facebook group. That's not a big deal. I wouldn't consider that a market dominating position or even a great positioning statement. But if you said, hey, I help you build a Facebook group and I show you how to make $1 million in that Facebook group, whoa, now you've got my attention. Do you see the difference? And if you don't have a market dominating position that's based on what your clients want, again, you're just going to look like everyone else. You want to put yourself in a category of one, and you want to stand out as the expert. Now, you have to be able to deliver and back up what you say, right? But you want to stand out and look at like the expert that you are, and you want to look completely different from everyone else. Last time I checked, there were like hundreds of thousands of business consultants and coaches, right? I don't really care because what I do is so completely different. And everything that I'm all about is so completely different. You know, I've built a lot of businesses, I've sold a lot of businesses, I've worked in over 50 different industries, helping people grow and build their business. I've been online helping people for years, I've worked offline helping people, and I've got all this massive experience. And so my positioning needs to show all of those things about me. Now, it's not that my customers and my clients really care about that. It's not about, oh, look at Ann, woo. It's not about that. It's about showing the credibility. It's about establishing my authority in the marketplace, that I'm good at what I do and I'm confident in what I do and I can help you, right? And so that's what positioning is all about. So it should also include credibility and authority, right? So you want to show people how you're better, how you're different, what makes you so good at what you do, all right? That background, that story, all of those things should be part of your positioning. When people come across you, they should be able to look at you and say, wow, this person could really help me with my problem or my pain, or wow, this is someone that I think I really want to reach out to because I think they're the go-to person. That's what your positioning does. I can't tell you how many times I've had people just show up on my calendar that I have no idea who they are. And they say, I know you're the person that can help me. And I think, oh, that's great. I have no idea who you are. But what they've done is they've seen my positioning, and I'm going to talk about the next piece. They have been pre-nurtured, all right? And so when they come to me, they're almost sold. And that's what good positioning does. And it doesn't matter whether you're a plumbing company or an auto repair shop, or whether you're a coach, a consultant, or a professional. Your positioning is what people see. It's the outside perception. Now, the other thing that your positioning should do is it should show social proof, all right? So this is like your testimonials and the people that have done business with you, that have loved you. You know, just yesterday I had one of my brand new coaches that I just started working with a week ago. She closed a high ticket client. She closed it for 5 times more than she had ever closed a client for. And we've only been working together for a week. And she said, oh my gosh, this was the breakthrough I was looking for. And she sent that to me in a Facebook message, and I screenshot it and I put it up on my page to show people that, hey, I know what I'm doing. I know how to help people get results. And so that's social proof, right? And what that does is it, number one, gets attention. Number two, it builds my credibility and shows people that, hey, I know how to help people. You need to do this. And again, it doesn't matter if you're a realtor. It doesn't matter if you're a consultant. It makes no difference at all what kind of business you have. People want to see that you know what you're doing. People want to trust that you're the person that can help them, right? And that they want to do business with. So your positioning needs to include your branding. That's part of it, right? Your how you help people, who you help. And remember, online, this has to be really dialed in. It cannot be as vague and abstract as what you do offline. And then and your market dominating position. Again, if I go and look at people's websites, can I see a difference between one plumbing company and another? No, not unless they have a market dominating position. So I actually helped a plumbing company do this, and I said, one of the things that we said is, hey, uh, we'll be there, and I'm trying to remember exactly how we did it. This has been a couple of years ago. On time guarantee, or your service call is free. And that got his phone to ring. And I mean, because he knew that he knew who his perfect customers were. They were actually busy working people. And so for them to have to take off work to go to wait around for a plumber was, it was something they didn't like. It was a hot button for them. It was a problem for them. And if they could guarantee that they were going to be there at a specific time, then that person didn't have to take time off work. They could just show up for the appointment, right? And so that was a hot button. And so we positioned him in the marketplace for that, and he was able to back it up. I think in the whole year that we worked together, they only gave away one service call, which is, like the service fee, the $79 or whatever they were charging for the plumber to show up. But that's a market dominating position. But most people are not doing that. You need to do it on your social media, and you need to do it on your website. So do you have a market dominating position that makes you different? And here's the thing. It's great that you've been in business 25 years or 100 years. That builds credibility, right? That builds trust, but it still doesn't make somebody want to do business with you. What makes somebody want to do business with you is when you are addressing their hot buttons and you overcome the problems that they have. So a big thing that I see, like I'm just going to say with contractors, for example, is they don't show up. People book with them. They want to get remodeling done, or they want to get painting done, or whatever, and then people just don't show up. And so if you could create a market dominating position to show people that, hey, you're going to show up, then that could be completely different. If you're doing that online, I see with marketers a lot. People get taken advantage of with marketing people, and I'm talking about people that are doing the services for them, running ads and all that kind of thing. And people get frustrated because they burn up a lot of money with marketers. But I just talked to a marketer a few days ago that I'm hiring for my company, and he said, hey, if we don't get you what we promised, we're going to refund your money. Now that's a market dominating position. And as a result, he actually could have probably doubled or tripled his fees. He didn't, and I'm happy he didn't, because that's what I would have had to pay. But I was like, I'm in. Are you kidding? This is, And so how can you do that in your business? All right, so positioning is step number 2. All right, once you have all of this dialed in, now you've got to set up your profiles. Where are you going to be? Are you going to be on Facebook? Are you going to be on LinkedIn? Are you going to be on Instagram? Are you going to be on TikTok? You've got to set up your profiles so that it resonates with your ideal clients and it shows all of these things, all right? These things are your positioning, but they need to be on your profiles. And a lot of people don't set up their profiles in the right way. Like LinkedIn, for example, they set them up like a resume. Unless you're looking for a job, that's not the way you want to set up your LinkedIn profile. You want to set up your LinkedIn profile so it brings you business, right? Same thing with your Facebook. And so it's really important that your profiles are set up in the right way so that you can get leads coming into your business, and not just leads, really quality leads. All right, it makes your sales conversations so much easier when they already see how amazing you are. All right, you also in your positioning need good content is the thing that can really build that authority and show your expertise and show why you're different and show people why they should do business with you. When I get people that book on my calendar and they say, Ann, I came across one of your videos and oh my gosh, where have you been all my life, right? And I do get that, I'm telling you. And they'll say, I binge watched your videos all weekend long and I know you're the person that can help me. Well, how easy do you think that sale is to close? Like, simple, right? I don't have to do anything except just see if they're a fit to work with me and talk about the amount of money and what it's going to look like to work with me, and that's it. Like, it's so easy. That's what all this can do for you. You don't have these opportunities really offline like you do online. So that's why even if you're marketing offline, you need to have all of this working for you, because you could double your efforts. I mean, that's the whole thing. Think about this. If you could double your leads and get quality leads, you could double your business, right? Think about that. If you could triple your leads, you could triple your business. Well, you have that opportunity if you're doing both online marketing and if you want to do offline marketing. I do both. I go out and speak and I do things that put me in front of a lot of people, typically it's speaking, and I do all of the stuff online as well. And so I love merging the two, right? And when you do that, like your business can just blow up, all right? But most people do one or they do the other. They don't do both. And the magic is in doing both of them. All right, so this is everything in your positioning. All right, step number 3 is you need to build your audience. Okay, people have to see you, right? And so this is where you have to get visible. Now, it doesn't do any good to put a bunch of content out there and then not get an audience that can see it. You have to get eyeballs on you, on your brand, on your stuff. This is really, really critical. So you've got to get visible. And there's a whole strategy online that can help you do this. I will tell you this, if you're working in a local market, this is easy peasy, easy to get visible, super simple. And you can do it for just a few bucks a month. You can reach almost your whole entire audience, especially if you're on Facebook, all right? But if you're on Google, people are searching on Google when they're looking for something right now. And so it's important for certain businesses to be at the top of Google with their website. Like, for example, plumbing companies, they're like an emergency service, right? If they're not at the top of Google, they're going to miss opportunity. Other people are going to get the calls because they're not even going to show up. And so there are certain businesses that it's absolutely critical that they're on Google and that they're at the top of Google. Other businesses, not really so much. Almost all my business either comes from my speaking efforts, referrals, or from all of my online marketing, from social media. That's how I get my clients and customers. Now, people might go out and search a business coach, but typically they're going to ask someone, hey, who do you know that's a good business coach? They're not going to go out and just hop online and start looking for one. And so you have to understand your audience and how they would search for you or how they would find you. This is all a big piece of your marketing and of your strategy, right? But you've got to build your audience regardless. So social media can allow you to, number one, get visible a lot faster, a lot with less expense, and it can help you bring people into your ecosystem if you're doing things in the right way. So the great thing is you can bring people into your world, attract them to your business, and now you can stay top of mind with them, all right? This is an important piece. A lot of times people put up a Facebook page or they get on LinkedIn, and what they do is if I build it, they will come, or they connect with a few friends, or they use it for social media. And one thing that I didn't say is you need to be using your personal profile, especially like on Facebook. You need to be using that for your business, not social media, not for social, because it's a really important piece. It gets a bigger reach than like your business page, and you can connect with 5,000 people. That's 5,000 people. That's, think about that. That's 10,000 eyeballs on you, on your brand. And it's okay to have Aunt Sally on there too, but Aunt Sally's not paying your bills. So use your personal profile more for business than you do for personal. That's a really important key that a lot of people, and they're kind of like, yeah, I don't feel really good about that. Why not? It's free. Seriously, do it, right? It's a business tool for you. We've never had that opportunity before. You always had to run ads, and then you had to wait for another magazine to come out or another ad to come out. With social media, you can be on there 24/7, and you can even have your content working for you when you're not online. It's the most amazing thing that's moved business further, faster than any other time in history. And so you've got to tap into that. If you're not using it or if it's not working, you've got to fix the problem because you're missing out on major opportunity. And remember, it's not going away. It's not a fad, okay? It is now a necessity. It's the new way to market your business. All right. You've got to get visible. The next thing you have to do is you have to build your community. All right? You've got to build your email list. You've got to build your network. and your connections. I know this isn't the most perfect way, but I love a whiteboard versus a PowerPoint. I just think it's a lot more exciting and it's more organic, and I enjoy teaching this way. All right, so you've got to build your audience, you've got to build your community, you've got to build your email list, build those connections, all right? That's how you bring people into your ecosystem. Now, there's lots of ways you can do this. For example, if you're on Facebook, you can actually run Facebook ads, really cool little videos, not promoting your business, but like educational videos, things that customers would want to know about. And you can run ads and get people to your business page. And locally, this is really easy to do, and it's actually very inexpensive. I worked with an auto repair shop, and we did a 3-series video, little educational clips for his repair shop that taught people things, and then we retargeted them with an offer, and we actually had to turn those Facebook ads off because he got more business than he can handle. And I don't think we even spent $200 for that, and he had massive results from that. And that's just one example, but that's how it can work in your business when you know what you're doing and you do it right. So running ads locally is super easy. Now, I work global, right? So I'm all over the world. I have clients all over the world, and that's a little trickier. And there are a lot more things that have to go into that. But either way, I've never had the opportunity to work with people all over the world in my coaching business before, and so it's a great opportunity for you. But you do have to build your audience, right? You've got to get people in, to come into your world, come into your ecosystem, as I like to call it. And then you can nurture them with your content. You can build that know, like, and trust. And the whole idea with marketing is to get people from being a cold lead until they become a hot prospect. So we have this thing called the buyer's journey, and it's where I see you, I've never heard of you, I don't know who you are, and now I come into your world because you grab my attention, and I think, wow, this person's for me, or this business is for me. And I start paying attention, and you give me reasons to follow you or come into your world, and all you move down this buyer's journey until you decide one day you want to work with me. I can remember that I had a realtor that had been on my email list for 2 years, and he finally just emailed me and said, all right, I'm ready to work with you. Sometimes it happens slow, and sometimes people need what you have right now. And the thing is, you want to be ready. You want to be top of mind. You want to be the go-to person when they're ready right now. All right, and that's what social media, email marketing, all of those things can do for you. But remember, this is all online marketing. This is all part of that and part of a piece of that. Okay, so the next step is nurture. And this is where your content is pulling them in. The other piece of this is where you want to engage and build the relationship. So not only do you want great content out there, but when people engage on your content, when they come onto your Facebook page or your Instagram or your LinkedIn, you want to start building those conversations with them and start building the relationship. Get into conversations. Look, the sale is made in a conversation, right? So you want to start building that relationship with them. And this is all part of the nurture phase. So you've got to engage with them here. And the other thing is, when people engage, you need to engage back, okay? You don't just leave the conversation hanging. I see that a lot. People will say, oh, thank you. What if I just don't say anything? Okay. I mean, I could say, you're welcome. You have to treat people online the exact same way you treat them in person. How would you have a conversation in person? The other thing people do is you don't instantly start pitching your business the minute you meet people. I don't go to a networking event and walk up to somebody and say, oh, hey, I can help you grow your business. Would you like me to help you grow your business? Hey, we could work on your marketing. We could work on your sales. We could work on building your team. I could help you with cash flow and profitability. You don't do that, right? You get to know the person. Hey, tell me about your business. Hey, do you have kids? What do you like to do for fun? Right? You get to know people. Online, it's no different, and people don't treat it the same. Often, they want to just jump right in and try to make a sale, and it just doesn't work like that. So, you have to care about people just like you do offline. And if you ever did go to a networking event and go to somebody and talk to them the way I just shared with you, they would be like backing out of the room. Would you agree? So you've got to make sure that you're doing things in integrity and things that aren't going to tick people off, make people mad, and be really spammy, okay? You don't want unwelcome things. Now, does that mean you shouldn't go out and try to sell? Of course you should, right? You have to make sales. That's what we're all here to do. We're here to build our business, but there's a right way and a wrong way to do it, okay? Now, once you nurture them, you engage, step number 5 is you want to move them into a real conversation. Oops. For sales. Okay, you want to make an offer. One thing I see people do is I see them do all this work on social media and they never make an offer. They never sell. It's kind of like, well, hey, here I am, and if you want to buy, come hit me up. It's kind of like saying, okay, I'm going to go out and hey, we're going to hang out and I'm going to get to know you, and you build this great relationship. Maybe you meet somebody and you build this great relationship. Wow, it was so great to get to know you. And then you never ask them out on a date, or you never do anything beyond that, right? Well, how are they ever going to go on a date with you if you don't ask? Well, it's the same thing when you're online. You have to ask people to buy. You can ask them on your email list. This does not mean that every email you send out, there's a right and a wrong way to do it. It doesn't mean every email you send out you're selling, selling, selling. Nobody wants that, right? Nobody wants to be sold to, but they do want to buy. And that means, hey, I have this coming up. Is this something that would interest you? If so, you can go here. Or if so, you can register. Or if so, you can shoot me back an email. Or if you're online in a group or on your page, hey, guess what we have going on? Is this something that would interest you? All you need to do is XYZ, right? That's making an offer. You've got to give people a way to take that step with you, all right? And so sometimes I see people do a lot of this stuff, but then they don't do this. Like they're afraid to make an offer. It's no surprise that we're all out there to build our business. I mean, unless you have a lot of time to just hang out on social media and have fun, and if you do, that's great, okay? Most people in business don't have that kind of time. They're on there to build their business. Now, does it mean that I don't engage with people on a personal level? Of course I do. But I will tell you this, it's minimized because I just don't have time. I use social media to build my business, all right? And so I still stay connected and I still stay engaged, but most of what I do there is business related. And you need to be doing this too if you are a business owner. Now, if you're in a job where none of this is important and you're getting paid, then you can use it for social media. That's perfect. But if you're running a business, you need to be using it for business. All right, let's go back through the 5-step system. It's a system, and every piece actually kind of is a system on its own. First, you've got to have a strategic approach, right? You've got to have a strategy behind everything you're doing. You've got to get positioned well online. You have to be somebody that people want to connect with, come into their ecosystem, all right? We talked about all of that. Then you've got to build your audience. I want you to know that the outbound work that you do to build your audience will determine your inbound results. Let me repeat that. The outbound work that you do to build your audience will determine the inbound results, okay? If you want to make sales, then you've got to do the outward work to bring people into your world and into your ecosystem. Okay, the next thing is you want to nurture. Here's the thing. When you nurture, when you have great content out there that builds authority, shows people how good you are, educates people, trains people, teaches. I'm doing it with you right now in this video, all right? I'm teaching you what I know about how to do this and how I help my clients do this. When you do that, when you nurture people in the right way, now when they come to you, they're practically pre-sold. It's kind of like silent little salespeople out there who are selling for you when you're not out there selling. It's amazing. Okay. It does the heavy lifting. All of this can do the heavy lifting to bring you the right people who will want to buy from you. But you cannot forget to get them into sales conversations, invite them to do business with you. You've got to do that extra step. You've got to do that extra piece. All right. When you do all of these things, you'll have a standout brand. You'll make your competition irrelevant. All right. You will be the go to person. You give people an opportunity to get to know, like, and trust you faster so that when they decide, I need a realtor, or hey, I need a business coach, or I need someone to help me with my marketing, you want them to think of you first. And that's what online marketing and social media marketing can do. There's never been a better time in history to build your brand, to be seen by more people. I mean, you could run simple little Facebook ads and get millions of eyeballs on your business. You've never had that opportunity before. So are you doing it? All right. The other piece of this is you've got to stay consistent. All right, there's a lot of little tricks and details and nuances with the algorithms and with how to create great content and how to repurpose content. There's a lot to know about social media. I mean, it literally has taken me years and a lot of money to learn what I've learned, and a lot of trial and error on my own part. And so there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to know. I mean, again, it's taken me years to learn this, and things are always changing. And so, that's another thing that you've got to know. You've got to be able to stay on top of what's going on. Can sometimes be very tricky as well. All right. But the other thing that you want to do is you want to build momentum. So as you get your social media really working, now social media like Facebook, for example, will pick that up and they'll be like, wow, this person's really active and people are really engaging and people really love this person's content. And all of a sudden, the Facebook algorithms will pick it up and it will start pushing it out to more people and more people. So, like, here's an example. If you put up a post and one person engages, okay, Facebook will show it to like 10 people. And if one person engages, then Facebook goes, okay, I think people like this. Let's show it to 10 more people. And more people engage, and Facebook just keeps pushing it out there. Plus, the people that are engaging, guess what? It's showing to their audience too, right? And so, this is how the algorithms work. So, there's a lot of little tricks to know. All right, so you want to build that momentum. So, as you get your social media going and you really get this dialed in and working, literally it can keep your pipeline full. You can get all the customers and clients you want. You can ramp up your results if you want more. You can dial it back if you want less. Just like we did with the auto repair shop, we dialed it back. I do this with coaches and clients all the time. We have to dial things back a lot of times. But if you want to ramp it up, if you want to really massively grow and you want to scale your business, you've got the opportunity to do that as well. You can either go on to more platforms, or there's so many things that you can do to grow your business. And the great thing is, it's a lot less cost. I mean, I remember when I was building businesses, and I had to run an ad in the newspaper or an ad in a magazine, sometimes those ads would cost me a couple $1,000s, and they would run one time, and I would pray that my phone would ring or that people would walk through my door. But with social media, things are out there forever. So if you put out, let's say, 10 pieces of content every single month, okay, in 12 months, you've got 120 things out there that don't go away. Now, think about that. Where else can you get that kind of reach? And what if you multiplied that by 3 platforms and you repurpose those 10 pieces of content a week, and you repurpose those onto just 3 platforms? By the end of 12 months, you've got 360 pieces of content out there. Think about that. When was the last time you ran 360 ads? I just want to know. That's not something most business owners, coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs do, right? So, do you see what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the power of marketing on social media and online? But here's the cool thing. When you learn how to do this effectively on social media, you can apply the same strategies offline. You can merge the two, and this is magic. Absolutely magic. All right. So that's what I have for you today. But hey, I want to invite you, if you want help with your social media, I'm going to be running a 4-week program. Now, it's a marketing program to help you get and close clients, but what it's really about is to get fundamental pieces in place. You've got to get the things dialed in right first before you build your audience, before you nurture, before you do all of those things. So here's what this 4-week program will include. We're going to get your positioning right. We're going to get your strategy dialed in. All right, we're going to figure out who you're targeting and where they are and how you can reach them. And we're going to get your message right. All right. And then we're going to talk about how to do great content. I'm going to show you how to do great content, how to repurpose that content, how to get engagement on that content and get people coming to you, right, if they see your content. And that's what this 4-week program is going to be. Now, I have to tell you, there's a lot to cover in 4 weeks. Oh, the other thing is we're going to get your profiles dialed in. I'm going to show you how to set those up in the right way so that when people do come across you, you are set up for success. All right. That's what the 4-week program is going to be. We will have a second one after that that helps you build your audience, nurture, build your email list, lead magnets, all of that kind of stuff. But here's the thing. If you don't at least have these 2 things dialed in, your marketing is not going to work the way it can. So we're doing a 4-week marketing program where we help you get these things in place. And even if you're already doing social media, but maybe it's not working so well, you might need some tweaks. You might need some shifts. Maybe your audience is off. Maybe your positioning isn't set up right. Maybe your message isn't resonating with your ideal clients. We're going to help you figure these pieces out. So here's the deal. This 4-week program is $1,200. What's a client worth? What's a customer worth? Think about this. And when we help you get this set up for success, it's going to be the foundation of everything that you do going forward, all right, to make your marketing work. Now, if you want to get in right now and you message me back and you say, I'm in, you can get in for $1,000. We're going to give you a $200 savings that is only good for the next 24 hours. All right? The next 24 hours. So if you want in, all you have to do is send me a message, contact me. You can put it right here in the chat and let me know that you want to do this marketing training. And we will be training you for the whole month, and every week we'll be on a call. I'll tell you more about it if you're interested, but it's $1,200 if you don't sign up in the next 24 hours. It's $1,000 if you do sign up, so you have a $200 savings, and we're going to work with you to get the right things in place so that you can start growing your business online and with social media. We're going to help you create that market dominating position and help you get that positioning right and help you with content, and we're going to help you with that strategic approach, that strategy that you need to have in place, all the foundational pieces. All right, so if you're interested in getting into that program, all you have to do is message me back, let me know. I'll send you a PayPal link to get paid, and the program starts on the 16th. So it starts next Wednesday. I'll give you all the details. And all the trainings will be recorded, but we have calls once a week where we're helping you. We're also going to put you in a Facebook group where we can help you, be looking at your stuff, all of that. I can tell you more about that, but if you're interested, all you have to do is let me know. We'll get you signed up right away, and we'll help you start getting your social media and your marketing working. I have to tell you, I charge people $5,000 if I work with them privately just to get their positioning and their strategy in place. I charge $5,000. So this is a huge, huge value and a huge savings to you. All right, so I hope this is helpful. Message me if you want to get in on that 4-week program. I'm excited to get started with you so that you can get customers and clients from social media. And just know this is the foundation, okay? It's not everything you need, but it will be a great start. And it will take you 4 weeks to get these things up and going. There's work that goes into this. So it will take you 4 weeks. I mean, it's going to be crunched even in 4 weeks, all right? So you won't be able to take on more than this. But we'll have something additional after that if you're interested in going further. But this will be a great start for you to get going. All right? Thank you so much for being here. I would love to get you into the marketing program so we can help you get clients and customers from social media in the right place where you need to be. And I will talk to you all next time. And I'm Ann Carden. You have an awesome day. Bye-bye.